This recording, we're going to talk about D skills. Now, I'll state from the beginning, D skills are more difficult because they're about emotions and feelings. But nevertheless, let's approach it. So, the common theme for D skills is interacting with people, but for the exchange of emotional energy. These skills like to swap emotional energy with other people. The first focus is an attraction to conversations where that's exactly what you're doing. Whether the person with these skills is doing the emoting and talking, or the other person is, they are attracted to those conversations in which they're expressing emotions and feelings and so forth. They are particularly interested in situations where there is some drama involved, whether it's someone complaining about someone else or feeling mistreated or what have you, but there's some either positive or negative emotion involved. The second focus for these skills is in mentoring and nurturing. Now I have to stop here and say, if you really study mentoring, the term mentor is not giving advice. It is asking people questions to make them self-aware of how they're feeling. Things like, how do you think your emotions are affecting your decision making now? It is not giving answers or guidance or advice. Now, on a daily, regular basis, it doesn't matter what you call it. But technically, that's what mentoring is. And that's what falls into the D corner. They are not really attracted to giving advice. And frankly, in many cases, it's not about solving the problem, it's about the interaction with the person. The third focus or emphasis for these skills is this ability to create an emotional bond with people that is unusual. And I say that because most of us need a common background or common experience to emotionally bond with many other people. And these skills have the ability to bond with folks that are all over the board. So these could be folks that have a lot of money and folks that are living on the street, people in prominent, prestigious types of roles, and folks that are, maybe a little questionable, but that is their focus is forming bonds. So whoever they come in contact with, they can form that emotional bond. I often tell this story of a man in a company I was doing this workshop, and he said, "This finally makes sense. When I was in the army, I was stationed in Germany." And he said, my fiance at the time, now wife, because this was 20 years later, came over to Germany. And he said, we were eating out in a restaurant that first night. And he said, I realized that this was very different. My wife was engaged in talking to all the tables around her, and they were swapping addresses and so forth, sending cards, hugging when they were leaving and so forth. And he said she didn't speak German, and they, for the most part, did not speak a lot of English. and he was not having the same experience. He was there, but he wasn't having that same bonding that went on. People with D skills can bond with folks that they really can't talk to. It's something about the emotional energy, and it's really hard to explain.